The New York Knicks have just pulled off a blockbuster trade for Karl-Anthony Towns, sending Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Charlotte Hornets are also included as a third-team trade to help with cash considerations to finalize the deal. And let's not forget, earlier this season, the Knicks made waves by acquiring Mikal Bridges, already shaking up their roster. But here's the thing, I don't think the Knicks are done just yet making moves. Hey everybody, I'm Brian, your NBA analyst, and if you love breaking down trades and following the league like I do, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest basketball insights. Now, the NBA community, especially Knicks fans, are very divided over this Towns trade. Sure, there's excitement that Towns is a big-time player, but there's also plenty of concern over the fit. With Mitchell Robinson sidelined and the departure of Isaiah Hartenstein, the Knicks were in desperate need of a big man. The question is Cat really the solution? Well, let's break it down. First off, it's important to recognize how strategic the Knicks were with this move. They didn't just take on Towns' massive contract like the old Knicks, they kind of planned for it. With their books structured carefully and Jalen Brunson playing on a team-friendly deal, they were able to absorb Cat's contract without blowing up their cap space. Losing Donte DiVincenzo is obviously a blow. He was easily one of the best role players in the league. He was actually top 3 in three-pointers made last season, but ultimately, Karl-Anthony Towns is the best player in this trade. Statistically, he's one of the most skilled big men of all time, especially from beyond the arc. Last season, he averaged 28.8 points, shot 50% from the field, 41.6% from 3, and pulled down 8 rebounds per game. His ability to stretch the floor is a game changer for the Knicks offense. But now the big question, does Towns create defensive issues? Absolutely, but these are solvable. I feel like with Tom Thibodeau and the supporting cast, the Knicks have done a fantastic job of building around that. And even if they may need, Mitchell Robinson is still on the roster. Until now, we'll get to that. In reality though, I think we'll see Towns starting as the Knicks' lone big man unless he really does not improve on defense. He thrives in space and offensively has the athleticism to guard ball handlers in more aggressive defensive schemes. And let's not forget the Knicks' elite perimeter defenders. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, even Josh Hart. Deuce McBride is really good on the perimeter. Anunoby is versatile enough to guard centers in certain matchups, making Towns' potential defensive liabilities more manageable. Towns couldn't have joined a more perfectly constructed team for his skill set. But here's where it gets interesting. I don't believe the Knicks are done making moves yet. While the addition of Towns is huge, the loss of DiVincenzo creates a real concern around bench depth. With his departure, the Knicks need a reliable scorer off the bench to take the pressure off the starting 5. There's already buzz that the Knicks are fielding offers for Mitchell Robinson. According to reports from Ian Bagley, they're listening to calls and could package Robinson along with some picks for a solid bench scorer. One name that immediately comes to mind for me is Jordan Clarkson from the Utah Jazz. Now, Clarkson averaged 17 points per game on 41% shooting from last season. Obviously a down year compared to his other years, but he has consistently proven himself as a high-level scorer off the bench. His instant offense and ability to create his own shot would fill the void left by DiVincenzo and provide the Knicks with much-needed firepower to maintain consistency when the starters rest. Other players that might come to mind is Herb Jones, an elite player off the bench. The Pels could ask for more than just Mitchell Robinson in some picks because of how valuable he is. He averaged 13 points last season and is a great defender. It's clear that the Knicks have their eyes on the prize for this upcoming season. With the Eastern Conference being as competitive as it is, they're still chasing the likes of Boston. I would say that they're a little bit ahead of Philadelphia. Let me know in the comments down below if you think so as well. But with these two major trades, they're significantly closing that gap. Adding Towns to a team already stacked with defensive specialists and offensive firepower puts them closer to the ultimate goal, winning a championship. And I believe that with the Knicks making this one move up their sleeve, they can solidify their depth and actually put themselves in conversations to actually win and contend. Now let's look at the Timberwolves side of things, because we haven't talked too much about that. They were almost forced to make this deal due to the awkward fit between Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. With Julius Randle now in Minnesota, questions arise about his fit alongside Gobert. Randle's a talented player, don't get me wrong, but with Anthony Edwards, who isn't statistically known for being a great mid-range shooter, the Timberwolves now have to figure out how to make this work. the floor spacing could become an issue, especially in a crowded front court. And Minnesota's ability to balance this lineup is going to be a key moving forward if they actually want to go as far as they did last season and even farther. They added depth, but it's not without significant challenges. The awkward pairing of Randle and Gobert kind of presents a potential mismatch for them against faster, more versatile teams in the Western Conference. So what do you guys think? Do the Knicks need another move, or have they already done enough to contend? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more NBA content.